But even if I'm alone and my parents aren't there for me, and my friend group has let me down, and my partner dumped me, and there's not a single person who really gives a shit about me, even when they should, even when it's their job. I care for me. Even if no one else in the whole entire world believes in me, what I can do, and that I will accomplish what I set out to do, I believe it. And that is enough. Because the whole time that I'm alive, there will always be someone who truly understands me, who knows me, who fights for me every waking moment of her life. Every single version of myself holds me up in this exact moment right now. Everything I ever was in my entire life wanted to reach this moment here and now as I'm speaking to you. And everything I will ever be will be proud of me in this moment right now. Even if I end up changing, everything I will ever become will look back on this version of myself and think, if only I were that young again. If only I were that beautiful again. If only I could get a little piece of whatever that person had at that moment. How did she even do it? How did she survive? How did she get to where she went? How did she give me so much? Even if I change, even if my ideology becomes something else, and there is someone further down the line that I am waiting to meet who will always understand and be able to heal my wounds through wisdom. The wisdom and the perspective that comes with time, because she has always listened to me. She has always done what she thought was best for me. Consciously and unconsciously, her very instincts have always been with me as the highest priority. And I am so excited to meet her one day. And I get to meet her tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and every single day in the future that I will be blessed with living. So it doesn't really matter that people have not been perfect to me. It doesn't matter that I am totally alone because nobody meets my standard, because nobody is willing to treat me right. I don't need it. I don't care. Someone doesn't believe in me, doesn't really matter. I have someone already who will always be there for me, who will always listen to me, who will always understand me, who knows everything about me. There is someone who will never let me down. Even if she lets me down, she can't let me down. I'm always her number one priority. My highest interest is her highest interest. That is myself. And when you can reach this point, it also becomes easier to live with peace. Because you start to understand nobody else will ever completely know you. Nobody else will ever completely get you. Even if it's your sibling, your soulmate, someone who you've grown up with, your best friend of your entire life. No one else will ever 100% know you, 100% get you, and you will never be someone else's top priority. Even if someone literally jumps in front of traffic to push you away, in some way it's their priority to them to do that for you. Like my siblings, I would literally jump in front of a car to push them out of the way. And having this perspective makes it so much easier to live with peace in your heart when you can understand that nobody else will ever completely get you. You have you. And when you understand it, when you embody it, when you make that commitment to yourself, not to be selfish, but to truly choose you and be one with yourself and accept yourself and have the knowledge that no one will ever love you like you, and your existence is the most amazing thing you will ever encounter, because it's literally the only thing you will ever truly see. Everything else, everyone else, you perceive them through the filter of your being. You can make peace with the fact that people are never going to be perfect, that you know that you're never going to be alone. You're always going to have yourself. You've always had yourself. That's enough. You can live peacefully knowing that you are whole. Whereas otherwise, you will always be disappointed that people aren't meeting your expectation, because your expectation is still to meet yourself. Why do you look for people who get you, who get your point of view, who like the same music, who like the same XYZ? Why do you look for commonalities with people? Deep down underneath all of that, you are looking for you. You are looking to understand yourself better. You are looking to meet other versions of who you are. But if you accept right now that you will always know you, you will always understand you, you will always have you, and other people literally cannot be you. They cannot be you. That's fine. When you come to terms with this, you see everyone as being their own self, as going through their own things, as seeing things through their own lens, as being flawed and imperfect and have just as much inner turmoil as you, then you can forgive more easily. You have that missing piece, and that was just accepting, understanding. All you need to do is change your perspective. Be with yourself. Don't reject yourself anymore. Start accepting all parts of who you are, knowing that you are the most important person you will ever meet. This is the best and the closest relationship you will ever have, and you should treasure it like gold. All you will ever truly know is everything that happened in your life, exactly as you saw it, exactly as you experienced it. All you will ever know is how you feel. You will only ever have snippets of what others might feel like, but you can literally not step into their being, step into their body, step into their mind and be them. It's not possible. If you have you, you accept you, you love you, even if you fail, if you know that whenever you failed, you were trying for you, wherever you weren't perfect, that was still the best that you can do. It's impossible. It's impossible for you to do things that are against your highest interest. When you understand it is literally impossible, because even the things that you think are self-harm, like, damn, why do I always get in my own way? Why do I always get in between me and finally doing that goal that I set out, that resolution? Damn, why do I always keep myself from going out in the cold and going out for a jog every morning at 5 a.m. Yes, you let yourself down, but that's also you protecting your highest interest, which is your body telling you it's cold as shit outside. Like, why do you keep yourself from doing the things that you wish you could? Because your true inner self and your highest self believes that that isn't really the best for you. Even if your logical mind thinks it, your subconscious mind believes that there's something more important that you need to treasure. Like for me, if I couldn't get myself to make YouTube videos for the longest amount of time, maybe that's because of my true inner self knew I'm not ready to be out in the public. I need to put all of my effort into bettering my life, into my current relationships before I am ready to talk to anyone else. And when the time is right, I will do that, and that's fine. So you don't have to hate yourself about the things that you haven't been able to do, because oftentimes you have been lesser than, you haven't been able to do them as a coping mechanism to help yourself survive the moment, survive whatever you were going through. Your number one priority is always having the best chances at survival and the best possible experience right here and now. So it's always a negotiation with yourself. But when you understand that whatever you do, no matter what choice you make, even if you feel disappointed that you couldn't do something, it is always with the intention of you being protected, being safe, being nourished, having resources, feeling well. When you understand this, you will know that there is no mistake you can make when it comes to the relationship with yourself. It's impossible, and that is so fucking beautiful. Embrace that. You can never let yourself down, truly. The things that our own body does to protect us, the ways that our immune system behaves without us having to think, the way our heart is always pumping, the way that we are always breathing for the entirety of our lives without having to willingly, consciously make it happen. It's the same thing with the relationship that you have with your inner self. Your inner being always prioritizes you, is always trying to give you the things that you need to survive, to thrive. You cannot let yourself down. You are always your highest priority. Accept that. Make peace with it. Realize it. And live in peace from now on. Because once you get that, then you'll see that everything will always be well. Until your story is complete, you will always have someone there for you. You can never be alone. And although life is a beautiful story made richer by relationships with other people, you can never hold them to the standard that you hold yourself, because they are their own beings. When you understand this, when you form a closer relationship with your own self, you detach from others. and you detach from the expectations that you place on them, and you stop hating yourself for having these false expectations that will never be met. Your inner battle will never be resolved until you realize this fact. You will always be miserable, and everyone will always let you down, even when they're not letting you down, because you will be unable to see it, because you want them to behave exactly as you're thinking in your head, but that is not ever going to be possible. Never. Make peace with yourself. You will make peace with everyone around you. You will understand that everything anyone else ever does is just what they can see and experience from their own inner world, their individual point of view, and no one can ever see through your eyes. You are not meant to be anyone else. That is why you literally are you right here, right now. You are a moving, thinking, conscious embodiment of this universe. You were placed here to be exactly who and as you are. And we were given the gift of consciousness, of our own individual point of view of this reality, so that through my lens I perceive, and through your lens you perceive, and we communicate and we interact to reach a consensus, to understand the world around us. And that is fucking amazing and mind-blowing. That is not loneliness. That is the most amazing thing that could have ever possibly happened, and we get to be that. So my message is, I wish you peace and love yourself. See you guys in the next one.